What is up? We are doing more culinary side quests. Let's get to it. How do you, been taking care of yourself, lass? Remember, if you ain't got your health, you ain't got nothing. Speaking of health, one of our lot ain't been to her normal self of late. Diving Dove's her name, and she's having a bit of trouble letting go, judging by grimace she's been wearing. I told the poor woman she should take better care of herself, but she'll barely leave the kitchen for anything, which is probably how the problem came about. Now I come to think of it, any road. If it ain't sorted soon, I'm worried she'll burst. Do you know what a pixie plum is, lass? 'Tis a fruit what's native to Corthias, and just the thing to help solve Diving Dove's problem. Trouble is, they're bitter as sin when fresh, which is why plenty of chefs don't cook the things. Of course, what they don't know is you can get rid of the bitterness by drying them. Better still, doing so brings out their natural sweetness without affecting their other properties, giving rise to the noble treat that is the dried plum. Now, I would have made these myself, but we ain't got no plums at the moment, and I can't very well leave me post to get 'em, so I needs you to do procuring and make 'em instead. You can pluck the plums in the wild if you're fond of foraging. Failing that, take a gander at the market board in West Stalker's Alley. Oh, and once the dried plums are ready, see that Diving Dove eats them, would ye? Aye, and you might want to avoid letting on about whys and wherefores, touchy subject and all that. Pixie plums. Okay. They're having fun. Alright. Pixie. Hmm. You want to give me my opinion on your handiwork? Well, my dodo won't need turning for a little while, so I suppose I can spare a moment. Let's go to the upper floor. Oh, these are lovely. What kind of fruit did you say they were? Pixie plums. Well, I never. There isn't a hint of bitterness about them. The drying process rids them of that, you say? I had no idea. In truth, the only thing I did know about pixie plums is that they're a traditional remedy for. Now look here, we've barely exchanged 2 words since you joined this guild, and yet here you are being presumptuous. What? It was the guildmaster's idea. Oh gods, has the man no decency? This is an outrageous invasion of my privacy, unforgivable and strangely moving. As busy as I am, and I am not so busy as Master Lagsnath, yet somehow he finds the time to look after his many charges while I can scarcely spare a moment to look after myself. I've been working so hard, but maybe effort is not the answer. Perhaps I just needed to relax a little. Thank you for the gift. I promise to take better care of myself in the future. Hey. Great timing, Just so happens I got the task for you. What will test your ingenuity in the kitchen. Diving Dove's looking a lot tense thanks to your dried prunes, but she's still a bit on the pale side for my liking. Woman needs some meat in her, if you ask me. All I want you to do is cook it. A nice big outgoat steak should put some color back in her cheeks. Thing is, Divine Dove don't much care for the meat. Algo's tough as leather, you see, and it's got a pretty pungent flavor to boot. Islanders are just about the only folks as enjoy it. Safe to say, you'll need to do something about that texture and taste if you want Divine Dove to eat your Adlog steak. Got all that? Good. Now run along, eh? Okay, so I got everything but the algo shot. I'll be back once that generator stops going. Okay, it looks like the generator's on for infinite time, so real quick. Oh. You like my opinion on a dish? Very well. What do you have for me? Oh, is this what I think it is? If so, oh, well, there you go. The generator just turned off. If so, I must warn you that I'm not particularly fond of algo. My evaluation may not be the most objective, but if you insist, my word, are you certain this is algo? It's not chewy in the slightest. You've done a fine job to tenderizing the meat, I must say. What's more, I can scarce make out the pungent flavor. It reminds me, to be sure, but it's somehow pleasant, almost delicious when complemented by garlic. Being rich in iron, algo is supposedly good for you, but its texture and taste leave a lot to be desired, which is why I've always loathed the stuff. How ironic that you should choose me of all people to sample, yo. Wait a minute. This is another one of Guildmaster's schemes to nurse me back to health, isn't it? Why that interfering? I said I would take better care of myself, didn't I? Apparently he thinks he knows better. At any rate, it does nothing to detract from your achievement. You've made me change my mind about algo, and that's no small coup. No chef in my native Ulda would have gone to such lengths to make the meat appealing. They would have dismissed it as the lowly fare, unworthy of their time. Ulda and cuisine is a true product of life in the Sultanate, you see, rife with pomp and pretense. I began my career there, but soon grew weary of all the charlatans masquerading as gourmands. To hear them speak, one would assume that gold leaf was an essential part of every meal. That is why I came to Limsalmonza. And thank the gods that I did. Here, the people love of cuisine is simple and pure, and it shows in the dedication of our guild members. Not a day goes by that I do not count myself fortunate to have been given the opportunity to work alongside fine culinarians like you. 'Tis true what they say, you are what you eat. Sadly, most folk fail to pay due heed to their diet. I must confess, being one of them, so engrossed do I become in seeing others fed, I often go long stretches without feeding myself. bollocks. Me and Alan, the 7 L's am I meant to cook with one buddy, and God, of all the goddamn times I could have heard it, why'd it have to be now? Forgive my language, lass. Don't worry, it ain't serious. Well, it is a bit serious, to tell the truth. I've gone and knackered me in trying to catch a falling crate, see? It'll eel and all, but it hurts like a bastard. Can't so much as scratch me arse without it. Never mind, old skillet. Wouldn't be so bad, but we got ourselves a big wig coming to dine today. One of the most powerful men in Ulda. Now I've been in the business for decades, and I ain't no stranger to coddle dignitaries, but whine about the color of the bloody crockery, and now there's too much parsley garnish on top of their soup. But this ain't no ordinary coddle dignitary we're dealing with. This one fancies himself a food critic, and he's always out to find fault, real or not. And that ain't the worst of it. Owing to his influence, he's driving more than a few respectable establishments into the ground. For this, he earned himself the name of Chestbane in culinary circles. Each time the man's dined at the Bismarck, I've personally done the cooking so as to avert disaster. Don't get me wrong, I've got complete trust in all me chefs. But if the Bismarck goes under, the guild goes with it. And that ain't a burden I can put on just anyone's shoulders. By this time, someone else gonna have to fill in for me. And I want that someone to be you, yo. You've proven yourself more than capable and in high-pressure situations besides. I'm confident you won't let us down. You do well to begin by talking with Divine Dove. Being a native of Ulda might be as she knows something. Oh, the Shespa, I mean Lord Lorito. I'm aware of the situation. Don't panic. Though the guildmaster is indisposed, all is not yet a loss. In case you are unfamiliar with our distinguished guest, he is the head of the East Aldernard Trading Company. While they introduced that this early. Though you may not have heard the name before, you will most certainly have heard of the many famous brands it owns, such as Estemis, Lapishears, and Sunsilk Tapestries. Lord Lorito's countless success have made him the wealthiest man in Ulda, a place where wealth and influence are synonymous. It goes without saying that he has a seat on the syndicate, the cabal that rules the Sultanate. Lest you wonder, Ulda is only notably a sultanate these days. Anyway, as is often the way with men of means, Lord Lolorito is a lover of fine cuisine, and as the guildmaster doubtless mentioned, he's made a name for himself as a ruthless food critic. The man has a penchant for making life miserable for us chefs. Indeed, he never places an order, but demands instead that you impress him, and therein lies our first dilemma, what to serve. Lest you think the fates unduly mischievous, I'm happy to report that the odds are not wholly stacked against us. It just so happens that Lord Lorito's butler, a fellow by the name of Nano Pesa, is dining at the Bismarck at this very moment. This is a golden chance to learn what manner of dish Lord Lorito craves. Go to Nano Pesa on the terrace and try to coax the information out of him. Good luck. Oh, he's out there. I'm sorry. I think I may have misheard. Did you say that you would be preparing Lord Lorito's meal? Well, this is rather unexpected, but if Master Licktheth saw fit to entrust the task to you, then you must not be without skill. You wish to know what my master desires to eat? Finally, it occurs to someone to ask me that question. It is my duty to see that the Lord never wants for comfort, and naught pleases me more than to see Lord Lorito in high spirits. As such, I should be glad to share with you what I know. Shortly prior to arriving in Lunza Lamonza, my master spoke of being seized by a craving for a hearty meal of meat. Though he did not mention a specific dish, I happen to know that smoked raptor is particularly a particular favorite of his. Needless to say, a man of such refined taste as he would expect no less than the finest sample of the dish. I hope this information serves you well. Lord Lorito is due to conclude his business negotiations presently, and will desire to take his meal thereafter. Once the smoked raptor is ready, pray bring it to me. I shall see it delivered to my master. I see. Sun lemon olive oil wrap. Black pepper. Holy shit, I gotta write this down. 14 made me write things down. God damn it. Alright. Black pepper, sun, lemon, olive oil, raptor, shake. Okay. Olive oil. Black pepper. Sun lemon, perhaps. Sunset wheat. so intuitive. No. That's bullshit. That means I can't complete the thing. What do you mean that command is unavailable at this time? That's bullshit. Okay, I actually hunted my own fucking thing. Where's the safe place? Here's the safe place. I think. On this side of the rock near the dungeon. Dungeon entrance. That's a safe place to do a thing. Fucked that up so bad. Wait, I lose all the ingredients if I do that? No! Oh, I hate gathering so much. Okay, alright. Gather the meat again. And look at them all running around. God damn it, it's more than I could ever need. Alright, and if I remember, I need to get... Okay, hopefully this goes well because I only have one raptor shank. Hell yeah. Remember, Lord Lorito will accept nothing less than the best. Your smoked raptor must be the finest example of the dish, prepared with the utmost skill. Ah, the smoked raptor is ready. Good. Now I trust you won't object to an inspection, lest you worry about your handiwork being defaced by my years serving Lord Lorito have taught me how to taste with sight and smell alone. By the gods, this raptor is sublime. The mirage of cracked pepper and sun lemon begets an irresistible fragrance that perfectly complements the aroma of the meat. The flavor is rounded out with mellow fruitiness of olive oil, which also lends the shank a lustrous sheen that tantalizes the eye. I have presided over Lord Lorito's dining table for many years, and I can say without reservation that this is the most delectable smoked raptor I have ever had the pleasure of not eating. It is of little wonder that Master Lingseth deemed you fit to cook in his stead. I doubt that even he could have delivered a better rendition of my master's favorite dish. You, madame, are quite a culinarian. Ah, but I sense you are more relieved than flattered. Hardly surprising, I suppose. Much and more is said of my lord's uncompromising approach to cuisine. While I will not refute the rumors, you may rest assured that the Bismarck has no cause to worry. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I must see my lord's meal delivered to him. You may look forward to hearing his judgment anon, and entirely without trepidation. If my senses do not fail me, pray send Master Lingseth my compliments. You did it, yo. You impressed the pants off Lolorito's butler. No pest knows its master tastes better and own, and its approval all the assurance I need. The guild's safe, and it's all thanks to you. You never cease to amaze me, yo. You came to us with nary any knowledge of cooking, and now you're like his second left hand, and, well, that didn't come out right. What I meant to say was you're as useful to me as and I hold my skill with somewhat no culinarian can do without. You've got it in you to be one of the finest chefs in the realm, and I would see you fulfill your potential. Promise me you'll keep cooking. Nice. Okay. 46 minutes. That's a short video, but we can call it. Actually, yeah, we'll call it there. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Why, hello. We are doing more of the culinarian job quests up until 45. Here we go. Right, good of ye to drop in again, yo. You'd be surprised how many of your guildmates stop coming all together, thinking they know all what needs knowing. But as any scholar would tell ye, the learning never stops, and I speak from experience. There's some as say I'm the best in the realm, but there ain't a day what passes that I don't discover something new. Now, you and me, we're chefs first and foremost, but there's more to the restaurant business than just cooking. That's why I want ye to speak with Letitia, our bookkeeper. Afore coming to us, she herself was a scholar doing custom works at Melvin's Gate. Ye stand to learn much and more by seeing things from her perspective. Ah, yo, the chef who prepared Lord Lorito's meal in the Guildmaster's stead. Thanks to your heroics, the Bismarck's reputation came through unscathed. We owe you for that, so what brings you to my counter? Master Lingvath Sath would have you learn about the restaurant business at large, you say? Why, of course, it would be my pleasure to share with you such knowledge as I possess. But before I begin, I could do with a bite to eat. It has been a long and busy shift, and I haven't had the chance to sit down to a proper meal. By way of board, might I trouble you to prepare some ratatouille for me? And call me spoiled, but please make it the most exquisite serving you can manage. My thanks in advance. Ratatouille. Alright. Dessert. Eggplant. Ram. Corn. Soup. Ruby. Laurel. Lavender oil. Garlic. Okay, one of each. I have none. Okay. Wizard eggplant. Garlic. so I need lavender, oil, laurel, rampart, zucchini, and wizard eggplant. Really? So weird about this. Okay, wizard eggplant. Check. Ram horn. Important, important, important. Important, 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 not important, not, 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 keep that. Yeah, I got 5 spaces. It's so stupid, I can't be a crafter. Alright. Ram horn. Zucchini, check. Laurel. L-A-U-R-E-L. I can now imagine being a crafter like during an expansion, you know? I guess now we have cosmic exploration, but anyway. Oh, I forgot the lavender oil. Okay, so that's what that means. So when I see that, I should always go for the high quality one. Got it. Oh. Okay, I'm starting to get this. I don't mean to rush you, but if that Ratatouille takes much longer, I fear I'm like to pass out from exhaustion. Ah, such an enticing aroma. I will enjoy this right away. I can't remember the last time I had such tasty ratatouille. That was truly wonderful, and with my hunger sated, we can now delve into the kind of work I do here. In fact, you have just witnessed one of my more important duties, keeping track of our members' progress. I found that sampling each person's rendition of ratatouille gives a marvelous insight into their growth. Owing to its simplicity, the vegetable sauté lends itself well to variation, allowing the chef to pour himself into its creation. Indeed, your own best speaks your ability to create a quality dish under strict time constraints. Do not underestimate that skill. You'll find a great deal of a restaurant's success lies in performing tasks expeditiously. As an example, some other services I provide are producing ingredients, ensuring our equipment functions, and perhaps most importantly, listening to our customers. If any of these tasks were ignored for an extended period, it is fair to say that Bismarck would fall into chaos, and our name would lose its considerable luster. Well, I trust you now have something of an insight into my responsibilities. I only wish that all our members shared your curiosity about what goes into running this place. Oh, it's literally the same, that's why. Oh, oi, yo. You're just the last I was looking for. Which is to say, you be the last what Witusha was looking for. She's in need of some practice hands, and you've got the only ones she'll trust. Well, besides mine, of course, but I've got my own matters to attend to. Take fair warning, though, yo. The better you get, the more others turn to you. 'Tis a fine feeling being relied upon, but it can be a right pain in the arse, too. Any road, enough of me prattle. Run off and find out what Latasha wants. My thanks for agreeing to help you. Now I will tell you the details of your task, but I must ask that you keep it in the utmost confidence. The Admiral is scheduled to host an afternoon tea for visiting dignitaries, and the Bismarck has been called upon to provide the repast and refreshments. I have been charged with conceiving the menu and require help making a few sample dishes. I would be grateful if you could prepare a bloodcurrant tart, a serving of a pastry fish, and a cup of Chalamon tea, all of the finest quality. As a woman of the sea, the Admiral drinks liquor like most folks drink water, but the same cannot be said of her guests. Hence the afternoon tea as opposed to, say, a dinner banquet. Alas, we know little unless of their taste besides that, so I'm forced to consider a wide variety of options. It has proven to be quite a task, but with your help, I'm confident that we can serve up a menu to please. Okay. The same thing happened with Leatherworker. I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I like leveling up my gatherer, but I don't like buying things off the market board. I like the tribe quest because they provide you with the materials. Unless you do deliveries. But I think this is going to be an addendum to the other video I did. I'll put it together. This will be the final part of me cooking. For now. Peace.